Estamos con Thomas Annunziata, que es el piloto que va a conducir el Chevrolet 70 del equipo de Derry Cobb, que además un piloto con mucho cartel en lo que es en las carreras, en las categorías que han corrido, y seguramente en esta entrevista vamos a sacar lo mejor, que seguramente lo vamos a pasar seguramente en los próximos días en BLN, la entrevista con él. Está con nosotros ahí el señor Thomas Annunziata. Thomas, welcome to Vitron Lane Network.
Thank you for having me.
The first question is, what is Thomas Annunziata?
I am a 19-year-old American racing driver who races in the NASCAR Xfinity Series at the moment. Started racing in go-karts in New Jersey. Eventually moved to cars, which were spec Miatas, like so Mazda racing. Then got my big break in the Trans Am Series and did really well there. And I now have a full-time ride in the Trans Am Series and a part-time ride in the NASCAR Xfinity Series for Cope Family Racing next year.
From what age have you see competing?
I started racing at 10 or 11 years old, and we really started getting into it around 14 or 15 years old. Believe it or not, I started late. Most of these race car drivers that you see in racing nowadays start at like 3 or 4 years old. So it was actually pretty late when it came to my start in racing, but yeah, it's pretty young.
The passion for the sport, what experience?
My dad really pushed me hard. When I first started racing, it was a for fun thing. And when my dad's very hard on me, so if I lost, he'd be very hard on me. So he kept pushing me to be better and better over the last couple of years, especially getting better at marketing myself, talking, being able to sell sponsorships, building my social media platforms, and on track results, being able to execute those. So my dad's been a huge force when it's come to that. And obviously the NASCAR old times thing really helped as well with the social media and stuff. Everything's just coming together, but hard work always prevails.
A three-time champion national car team, 2022 Sped MC champion for Rookie of the Year. Mazda Miata 2023 Copa Mazda. It is the ARCA 2024. Is very, very important to his career.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. So got the two MX5 championships in 2022. Raced for MX5 Cup in 2023. Got my big break in 2023 as well with Trans Am, and was the only rookie to take pole position or win a race. So yeah, you got that right. That stuff definitely has helped, but that's it's part of the stats. I got to keep adding to the stats.
Why did you add that vehicle often until racing the karting?
So I raced in the USPKS series, the SCUSA series in karting. I raced the top series in all of America in karting. Raced the Las Vegas races, which are the biggest races almost in the world in karting, and then eventually moved to Spec Miata, which is a series where it's low budget, right? So learning how to drive a race car and race with people, if you wreck the car, it's not too much. And then eventually moved on to the MX5 Challenge, which is a step above that. And we won both championships there. And then I went into the highest level of Mazda racing possible and raced the Idemitsu Mazda MX5 Cup Series. I believe it's called the Whelen MX5 Cup Series nowadays, but yeah.
This year is the 15 racers in NASCAR Xfinity Series, the from Derry Cobb Racing. What does goal you have with team?
Obviously, we don't know where we're going to be on the racetrack as of right now. I think I could imagine we're definitely in the top 15, 20, I would say. Maybe we could get a top 10, top 5 result here and there. My strong points are road courses, and I'm doing most of the road courses. So if that's the case, I would say probably top 5s as of right now. I mean, if there's a possibility to win a race, of course, I'm going for it. But if we're going to be realistic, I'd probably say top 10s, top 5s. In the road courses, and then learn as much as I can in the ovals. I don't really do oval racing, but if we could get top 15s, anywhere from top 20s to top 10s in the oval cars, and maybe be in the top 5 once in a while, that'd be really, really cool. So I would say that's my goal, and to continue to gain experience and use it.
Pocono, his first race on an oval. What do you think this trickle?
It was weird, honestly. It's kind of what I thought, but it's scarier than you think. It's just the cars all over the place. you're sending it into the corner side by side with other people. The air around you, and when when another car gets near you, it changes the air. So the car always wants to spin out. So you gotta fight that thing, and you gotta learn what the air does around you, so you can manipulate other race car drivers to get in front of them. But it's actually it was scary than I thought it would be.
What similarities and difference between Transam and the Xfinity car?
An Xfinity car has more horsepower, but it's a ton heavier. So the Trans Am cars have less horsepower, but it's lighter. So I mean, in ways they're similar, but the Trans Am car beats an Xfinity car on a racetrack all day, and the lap times are much faster too in a Trans Am car. But overall, it's both. You're both in a stock car. You basically have the same width tires on it. I mean, you got no ABS, you got no driving aids. It's hot as hell in there. It's about the same, honestly, but the only difference is around a lap, Trans Am is faster. The cars are different for sure. Honestly, the transmissions and all that stuff are about they're the same thing. In the Xfinity stuff, I did try some TA racing as well. The TA cars compared to the TA2 cars, obviously, a ton more horsepower in the TA2 cars. But the transmissions in the TA cars are actually sequential. So you just go up or down, shift up or down. They got power steering. They got a bunch more aids in the race car than a TA2 car does. So it's actually a bit different.
Transam 2025 is here.
It is. It starts. So I'm actually leaving. I'm leaving to go to Sebring. The official first race of Trans Am starts end of February at Sebring.
What is going to any category this year? ARCA, late models.
I'm going to be doing some ARCA. Like, for example, like I said before, I haven't done much oval racing. So if I'm doing an Xfinity oval and there's ARCA the same weekend, I'm going to race the ARCA series the day before so I get more experience for the Xfinity series. So once in a while, if I'm doing an oval race in Xfinity, I'll do the ARCA race as well the same weekend. I won't be racing any late models this year, I don't think. Obviously, Daytona, we finished second. I don't think we would have won it because the guy in front, nothing happened to him. But we finished second in Daytona. But Talladega was just boring. I mean, we don't have the fastest cars on the grid with my team. And Joe Gibbs Racing and Venturini and all those guys kind of pulled away from the field. It was a caution-free race. But yeah, we didn't have the fastest car in Mid-Ohio either. But we put ourselves in position. We were beating a lot of big teams like PRG, Venturini and all those guys, and Joe Gibbs Racing. And on the final restart with 2 laps to go, I got myself in a position to win the race. But unfortunately, the guy behind me thought otherwise and decided to dump me. So that kind of sucked. But yeah, we were in contention to win those races, and I learned a lot from them.
What is the rookie of the year this year in Xfinity?
I'm really good friends with Connor. I grew up racing with him. I think it'll be him. I don't think the other drivers have what he has. I think he's going to be the rookie of the year. He's definitely won a few of them. He's just a good driver. I mean, he got it done last year, right? So I think he do more this year coming up, and possibly get some of the crown jewels in NASCAR. But yeah, he's if he wants to step it up, he can.
Thomas, is the NASCAR driver favorite?
Kyle Busch.
Is the motorsports favorite drive?
I'd probably say Lewis or Max Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton or Max Verstappen are probably my favorite in Formula One. I like Marc Marquez, MotoGP. IndyCar, I'd probably say Scott Dixon is my favorite.
And the Formula One, what is Hamilton wins for a championship with Ferrari?
I really hope so. I think he should have won his 8th 4 years ago. So hopefully he gets that.
The circuit United States.
I would probably say that's hard. Coda or VIR. Watkins Glen's good. I don't dislike any tracks. I just like other tracks more. I'd probably say those 3. Laguna Seca is a good track too.
This year, one race in the Bridger.
I don't know if I am or not. I got to check my schedule. I'm not sure if I'll be racing that.
And And the last question for you. If what you then hadn't done motor racing, what the sport or you really like to do?
I don't know, honestly. I mean, I before I started racing, I did baseball for a little bit.
Mhm.
I was good at it, but I wasn't a big fan. And then I did other things, and then honestly, I started doing art. I was very creative, so I was drawing a lot. I was painting a lot. I don't know where I'd be. I'd probably be doing that. I'd probably be painting or drawing. I don't know what I'd be doing without racing, but nothing's more fun than racing. I can tell you that.
Okay, Thomas, thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for having me.